Welcome back to DICE High Resolution Modeling. This is Jeff Byers, and I'll take you through the rest of the tutorial. I'm not sure if we'll get finished with it, but we'll sure give it a shot. So we're in here right now with, we created the divot. That looks really good. We created the spots where we're going to actually add the divot. What we're going to do now is we're going to probably want to right click over the divot and click on select and move that pivot point to the center. So let's go to the side view and hit the 4 key so we can see through it. The 4 key will go into wireframe from the side view. So we're going to click on grid snap, and we're also going to click insert. Okay. Now if we don't have insert on your keyboard, you can also hold down the D key. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to hold down the D key, and as I'm holding down the D key, I'm going to left mouse button click over top, and I'm going to move it down to the center. Now I'm going to let go of the D key now. There we go. So do that again. You're going to click on the object. You want to move the pivot point. Hold down the D key and left mouse button, and holding both of those down, you can move the pivot point. Now we're going to move it down. I use the grid a lot because it's really going to help us with this and situating and moving things around and getting them centered. So we centered that, and I'm going to go back to the perspective. The reason why I did that is it's going to allow us to rotate this object. Okay. Now I have rotational snap on, so I can easily rotate and snap it. Okay. To do that, you can double click on the tool itself. That'll open up the tool settings. You have to double click pretty fast, and then next to step snap you can click on relative and type in 45. Okay. Alright, so you can always turn that off and on if you want. To do that, you just click off and you can then rotate. I like it on. It is very helpful, and I do it at 45 degrees. Alright, so to move on, we're going to figure out how we want to set this up. So for this purpose, I know there's a certain way, you have 1 here and then you have 6 here, but we're just going to do 6 on this side. Okay, so I'm going to click on this, go to face mode, and if you get mixed up on axes, don't worry, it's okay. So I'm going to do 5 on here. So I'm going to click, and it's very important you click the right faces. So I'm going to hit the Q key to get in selection mode. Hold down the shift key and just select make sure I'm in the center here. Let's try that again. There we go. So I'm going to start right here, 2 down and 2 over. There we go. That's better. 2 down and 2 over. I'm going to do the 5 here. There it is. Now we're doing it. Okay, so that's what we select. Okay. So kind of 2 down, 2 up, 2 over, so we're in the center. Just make sure you're in the center. And this is where we're going to do our 5. So I'm going to hit delete. Okay, that'll make so that's going to where we're going to put 5 of those divots. And then this side we're going to do 6. So again, we're going to start with 2 down. So I'm going to click on this face, this plane. Make sure you're in object mode. This is over on the other side. And we're going to go to face mode again and start 2 down, 2 over, and we're going to do 6. So this one is going to be pretty easy. We're going to do the whole center here. Whoops. And then we're going to leave a space. We're going to go 2 up, shift key. Alright. Alright, so let's see. Actually, this one, I'm looking at the dice right now. I got a dice in my hand. So, one side of 5 The other side is 2. So let's go 2 on this one. So we got 5 on the other side. Let's go 2 on this side. Okay. So 2 will be diagonal. So we're going to select the 2 here. It's going to be diagonal. We're going to go 2 over and 2 up. So there's the 2. So 2 over, 2 up. Delete. There we go. So 1 up there, 5 in the back here. Okay, that looks about right. Okay. Alright, let's see here. 2, 5. Okay. 2, 5, and then let's go on the other side of it should be 3 and 4. So 3 on this side. Okay. So those go down this way. Yep, so these go down this way. So we're going to go 2 over, 2 down, 2 over. So start here. And connect these. And we're going to do 3 here. 2, 3. There we go. So 3, so 5, 2, 1. That looks good. Hit delete. Here we go. And then on this side would be 4. So click on this face. Right click, go to face mode. We're going to do 4 on this side. So we're just taking, there we go, 4. And 2 up, 2 over, 4. I'm going to do, there we go. So just kind of space them out in the middle. There we go. And delete. Okay, we're getting there. So 1, 5, 4, 2, 3. Okay. Right, so if you get them out of sequence, no worries. It's not a big deal. And it looks like the bottom is 6. So the bottom is 6. Bottom is 6. So again, 6. Let's see. From the 4, we'll rotate that way. From the 4, we'll move down like this. And they're in a row here now. So go to face mode. Go 2 down, 2 over. And we're going to knock out these. Okay. And then I'm going to go over here and do all these guys. There we go. Those are going to be the 3 down, 3 down. So it'll be 6. And hit the delete key. There we go. So you're trying to make it consistent all the way around. There we go. Okay, so now with the divot selected, the only thing we have to do now is rotate and move. So I'm going to go ahead and do a duplicate of this, Control D, hit the E key, and rotate this way. So I have it on top of there. Okay, so that's going to be the one there. And then I'm going to select this guy right here, go to this side, Control D, and rotate. Okay, now it goes in the center, don't worry, we can move it over. Okay, click on this guy right here, Control D, and move it to the 2. There we go. Okay, so we can move those, remember. And click on this guy, Control D, and rotate it. Okay, that fits in that one really good. And then one more, Control D, and we're going to rotate all the way around and move that all the way to the bottom. There we go. Okay, so with these, it's pretty simple. What we're going to do is we're going to do the grid as separated into finer pieces, like finer grid marks, and we're going to be able to move these, duplicate these over pretty easily. Okay, so let's do that. So from the top view, I've got wireframe on. That's hitting the 4 key. I like to to actually work in wireframe in the front, side, and top view. So I'm going to hit 4 on this one so I can see. Alright, so if you want to hit 4 on the wireframe, it makes it a little bit easier for you to see it. You can go from 5 to 4. 5 is solid shade, forward. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to grid and see if we can't get this at a higher resolution. So I'm able to move these and center those. Okay. Because right now I'm not sure if I'm able to move this properly. So if I go in here and select this guy right here, and it's going to be hard to select, and if I want to move him, okay, over and up into the proper area, let's see if it'll work. If I go up there like that and move it over, it does work. So again, I'm gonna place that, and I'm gonna go Control D, move that over, move it down with the arrow. There you go. So you can see that I've got the 2 now. And for the 5, I'm going to select, I'm kind of use that hole and select it. And I'm going to move that up, move that over. There we go. And then Control D, move that down. Select this one up here. Control D, move it over. Select this one right here. Control D, move that over. There you go. Pretty simple. And let's go ahead and select this guy right here. And this is the 5 one, so I'm going to go Control D, use the arrow, move it up, and use the red to move it over. Control D, use the yellow arrow, move it over, and Control D, move it down. Then select this guy, Control D, that's duplicate, move it down. There we go. So I got number 5 done. Number 3, click on the middle one, Control D, move it over, and then move it up. Control D, move it over, move it down. Great. And then all we have left is the bottom. And I don't know if this is going to be harder to select because all those were selected. You can kind of zoom in here like this, get inside of it, and select it if you want to, and then kind of move back out again. Alright, same thing with this one. This one's a little harder because we're kind of upside down now. Let's move this over to where we can get a hold of it. There we go. And I'm upside down, so I'm going to go Control D, move that up this way. I can do a Control D, move that over. Control D with the red, move it over. Control D, the red, move it over. Click on this guy right here, Control D, move it over, and there we have it. We've got all 6 sides completely finished. Pretty simple, pretty easy. Okay, in the next video I'm going to show you how to put it all together and smooth it, and then we got the high resolution dice completely modeled and finished. Alright.